Hi everybody, I'm Mike Cervantes, editor-in-chief of Daily Girth, and welcome to our Lakers, Los Angeles Lakers Girthcast. Joining me today, we have Death Dealer.
Bro, Clark. What's up, guys?
And we have the Rollermites.
Yeah, I'm here.
So, obviously, the biggest storyline in the NBA this season has to be the Los Angeles Lakers, and they're so far collapsed.
Home of the Lakers,
this year.
baby.
And it's there's so many storylines that are going on here. You could do a literal free for all for players who are playing poorly, players who don't have the right attitudes, players playing well, players not playing well, coaching, leadership. How they're doing.
It's a clusterfuck of information.
It sure is. It sure is. So obviously, the strangest thing that I guarantee no one in the world thought that the Lakers would be so many games under 500 around the All-Star break.
But where does that come down to? I know, really? Is it the players or the coaching or a combination of both? Or where does it... We can drop it anywhere, huh?
Yeah, you say, okay, what is the reason why the Lakers are in the spot that they are right now? I don't think it's the players, because you could say that they're old and they're slow all you want. This team
They've said it.
Yeah, and this team should be competing. They should be competing.
Yeah.
Ask any general manager, coach from all these other teams. Would you like to have Dwight Howard on your team? They would say, "Fuck yes."
Hell yes.
Dude, it's just like the roster wasn't made for injuries right now. Like they haven't had all four players on the floor for more than 5 games or what or something.
They said through the entire season, I think 11 games. Yeah,
that's
together.
not a lot.
That's
main
guys.
Nothing.
These guys, the other LeBron at least had a whole season,
and the training camp too.
Yeah, and training
they actually
camp.
had a success. All the teams pretty much had a successful training camp besides the Lakers.
Mike Brown getting fired, and then they should have let Bernie Bickerstaff fucking run the season.
I kind of agree. What
does he have the best record? 4-0.
Yeah, it was 4-1.
He can add some respect, doesn't he? Some type of respect.
Bernie Bickerstaff?
What's that, like 80%?
But I mean, they were playing well under him,
True.
And then D'Antoni came in. Did we win or lose right when he came in?
No,
I don't remember. I know that they're under 500.
Yeah. I don't know if we lost one or we won right away. It didn't work right away. I know that.
Well, you mentioned D'Antoni, and a lot of people want to put all this blame because D'Antoni is not the right coach. You can ask anyone; he's not the right coach for this Lakers team, for the Lakers personnel. Mike D'Antoni wants to run this offensive system where you run these fast breaks all the time. Get up and down the floor, shoot a lot of 3-pointers. The Lakers aren't that type of team, yet he's trying to coach them that way.
He's forcing them to learn his way. He's not adapting to the players. They have to adapt to him.
Yeah, and I don't think someone like D'Antoni has that type of clout. How many NBA championship has he won?
They should have got Phil Jackson, man. Phil Jackson was ready to come back.
But then does that fall under that does fall under the owner though, right? He has the final say.
Yeah, it's ownership. Obviously the general manager of the Lakers is Mitch Kupchak.
But
he makes a lot of the calls, but the final call goes to the owner. Yeah. The owner of the Lakers is Jerry Buss, but he's not handling the day-to-day operation anymore. He has his son, which basically all people in Los Angeles are blaming. Jim Buss, he's the guy who's ultimately calling the shots now. And frankly, it kind of seems like he really fucked up with getting Mike D'Antoni as the coach.
I think that's just bullshit.
Dude, I think we talked about it in the last Girthcast, dude. Dude, Jim Buss is such an idiot, dude. He probably didn't want Phil Jackson to come in. He was already with his sister, and he probably thought someone was gonna be challenging him for for superiority.
Yeah.
Like I said before, he has the fans behind him. He's with his sister. Mm-hmm. I'm pretty sure he's pretty good with the dad because that was when they were winning championships.
They're winning championships.
So he's probably gonna be right there. They're probably butting heads on a bunch of decisions.
Yeah, I really don't remember this. It was reported that it was either him or Mitch Kupchak called Phil Jackson like at this late hour,
in the
really
middle of the
late at
night,
night.
yeah.
Why would you have to call someone in the middle of the night to say, you know what, we're not hiring you.
That's a dick move.
That's a dick
Yeah,
move.
after they already
God.
told him, okay, we'll give you until then, and then in the middle of the
Yeah.
night, it's like, what?
You know that Phil Jackson was getting his staff together, calling
He did.
his
He
old
even
assistants.
said
and saying,
so.
okay, let's see, we're gonna
He
get
said
this
he
going.
was getting
See,
his
like,
agent to go talk the
dude.
deals. They were getting
Yeah.
on a flight the next day. And
That's
in the
probably
middle
like
of
in
the
some
night.
alternate universe somewhere. They did hire Phil Jackson,
And we
and
won.
the Lakers are
we
winning.
winning. I know we're winning
Fuck,
instead of
man.
like, you know.
So let's talk about the fallout from hiring D'Antoni as coach, because the first thing that happens when he comes in, he starts bad mouthing Pau Gasol.
That was the first thing that happened. That's true.
And the problem with that is Pau Gasol, you can tell, like, kind of like Dwight Howard, he's a sensitive guy. A lot of people want to say he's a soft player and all this. Hey, if he's always averaged around 18 points and around 10 rebounds per game. Obviously, with all this talent that the Lakers have, he's not going to put up those numbers.
True.
Okay, but D'Antoni comes in here and he's saying, you know, I don't know if he fits my system. Well, he better well fucking fit his system. Pau
Yeah.
Gasol's an all-star player with two championships. He's led, you know, the
Spain,
Spanish
yeah,
national
Yeah, you don't
team.
just bench a guy like
To
that.
Yeah.
gold, right?
Yeah.
No.
They never won gold. They played in the gold medal
Oh.
game.
I always thought
But I
about
thought it was
that-
the last one they won.
That
or something.
tendonitis thing too. You think that Powell took himself out to show D'Antoni? I'm not saying that was. He probably did have tendonitis. You know, like most players will just play through it, like Kobe or someone else.
Well, tendonitis, it's tough. It's tough
Yeah,
to
yeah,
play
but I mean,
through.
like, you know, like even James Worthy, he said, like, yeah, when I had it, I just played through it. You know, I mean, I'm sure it's like difficult to play through, but still.
A lot of players have
You think
played
that
through it.
he's like, well, you know what? I'm gonna just take myself out then,
I don't know.
because D'Antoni was talking shit, and then look what happened. Didn't they like struggle without him?
I mean, the Lakers will struggle without all their players.
Yeah.
Clearly,
Then they have.
they have, and you know, right now Pau Gasol's injured. He's injured for quite some time. You know, I don't know if he'll be back around playoff time. That might not make a difference if the Lakers aren't in the playoff hunt, because they've been so inconsistent this season. But I really think that was a bad move that D'Antoni first comes in here criticizing, because he's not one of those. Pau Gasol's not one of those stretch four players.
I agree.
The only real stretch four who's had incredible success is LeBron James, and LeBron James is no one's LeBron James.
Yeah.
Right? D'Antoni had like the stretch four, like a Boris Diaw when he was in Phoenix. You know, someone who power forward who can like make some outside shots. You know, the Lakers honestly, if they had Phil Jackson, they would probably figure out a way to get Pau Gasol and Dwight Howard to play together and just dominate the league like they did with Gasol and Andrew Bynum.
That's why I always loved the matchup when it was Pop against Phil Jackson. That was like two chess masters going at it, you know, like that's man, see that they fucked up, man.
Big time.
They should fire Jim Buzz. Fire him, man.
It's
Well,
all his fault.
You
really,
can't,
man.
you know, that's the problem. You can't fire
The
an owner. Yeah,
yeah.
they run it. The owner fires people. You can't fire the owner. So, I mean,
Just start a petition.
a lot of people,
It's not gonna do anything.
a lot of people wanted to give Jerry Buss, the true owner, the benefit of the doubt, because he's had so much success owning the Lakers all these years. So I guess he thought it would be okay to put his own son, who hasn't proven anything so far, put him in charge. And if you remember, Jim Buss was the guy who drafted Andrew Bynum, and for years he said, "Okay, we're not going to trade Andrew Bynum." And so, you know, yeah, Andrew Bynum developed to be a good player, and a lot of people they want to say stuff about how poorly Dwight Howard's played. He's like leading the league in rebounding still, and he's still not 100%. He's still like top 5 in blocks. He's still high field
So
goal
what are they
percentage.
talking about? He's doing.
Well, I mean, so, I don't know.
That's the media, man. They
They expect-
do that.
People expect Dwight Howard to be like Shaq. No one's gonna be like Shaq, okay?
He's not
Shaq
even
is like a
as
once.
like
yeah.
nobody is.
Shaq is a once in a generation type player. I mean, he was so big
He
and
was
so
like the
athletic.
LeBron James
Yeah.
of his era.
Yeah, Dwight Howard is more like a Bill Russell. Bill Russell was a player for the Celtics. He was a great
he was
defensive
bad,
player. He would rebound. He would block shots. That's Dwight Howard's game: rebounding, blocking shots, playing defense. And obviously, he can't do all that the same, because you can tell he's still hurt out
I
there.
agree. Yeah,
He's still hurt out there.
we still haven't seen him 100%.
Right.
You know?
Now, wouldn't you definitely say, though, that Dwight Howard has paid off this season a lot more than Andrew Bynum, who has played a total of 0 games
Yes.
for the
Yeah.
Philadelphia 76ers?
Yes.
Completely.
Yeah.
Completely.
So
I don't
mean,
think he's gonna leave, dude. I honestly don't think he's gonna leave, man. Maybe it's just a Laker fan in me or something, but like we
I
said
know, I
before,
think
we
he's not
can
gonna
offer
leave
him
either. I
the
think
max
that-
contract. You know?
And also on the media, they're always like, "Oh, Kobe and Dwight, they're butting heads," and like, "Oh, he should just leave," or the potential trades, like where he could. It's like, and then Dwight comes in, it's like, "Dude, I'm just chilling. Like, why are you guys saying all this?" You know, I'm sure there is a little bit of stuff, but you know, for the most part, I think he likes it here in LA. He enjoys the fans and everything.
yeah, LA's definitely a great place to play. It's got championship pedigree and all that. And like you said, he is a free agent this summer, and the Lakers can offer the most amount of money because they are the team that already holds his rights. Anytime an NBA player is a free agent, they can sign with the most amount of money with their existing team. If they sign somewhere else, it's going to be for less. When you're talking about like the max money that you can get, and Dwight Howard is definitely a max money player.
That's why it's just, and then like he just has to wait a couple more years through Kobe, and then that's it. It's his team. That's it.
If there truly is a riff between Kobe Bryant and Dwight Howard, it's not going to last very long because, like you said, Kobe Bryant does not have that much longer left in this league.
He even said he probably won't be here. Like
He said he gave himself like 2 years, maybe.
he's
3
probably gonna just finish it out with Steve Nash, and just say, "All right, man."
Well, Nash is actually under contract longer than Kobe.
Yeah,
He has one more year.
Yeah.
Nash has 2 more years after this season. Kobe Bryant 1. So I mean,
Does he have
think
one of
he'll
those
decide?
choices in the contract for his last year?
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
who, Kobe Bryant?
No, I'm saying Nash.
Nash?
Does
I'm
he have
not
an
sure.
option? Or?
I'm not sure. I mean, given how poorly the Lakers have played this year, honestly, it looks like you could just basically write them off. They're not playing for draft position because, first of all, the Lakers never built through the draft, and second, their draft pick's going to Phoenix this year as a result of the Steve Nash trade.
Yeah.
So, I mean, at this point, the Lakers...
But their drafts are always pretty fucking hot, like way down there, right in the second.
Like or like around 30, you know.
Yeah, like
or
so.
29 or something. The Lakers don't
Yeah.
get a high pick, a number 1 pick, a number 2 pick. You know, that doesn't happen. But I mean, at this halfway point, the Lakers are not in playoff position. I think they're 3 games behind. They could probably make that up in the second half of the season. But they've been so inconsistent. I don't know if they're capable of it.
Mm-hmm.
And that's not something that championship teams, you should be asking of championship teams around the All-Star break.
Just like some of the other teams, you know, in the East, you know, they're just average and good. You know, that the Lakers probably seem like this season average, good on. Like,
if the Lakers played in the Eastern Conference, they'd be in the playoff hunt
Yeah,
for
for
sure.
sure. That's what I was thinking too.
Yeah, but in the West,
it's too tough.
It's too tough. It's too tough. Like we said it on the Girthcast before. There was one season, I couldn't tell you which one in the 2000s, where a team, I think they won around 50 games and they didn't make the playoffs. It took you have to win 50 games, 50 out of 82 games to make the playoffs, which is tough, really tough. Usually if you win 50 games, you're in the top 4 of your own conference, but in the West, one season, 50 games got you the last spot. That's how tough things. Yeah, that's how tough things.
That
work.
means the West teams are killing the East when they go.
Yeah,
down
when
there
they
and
play
do
each
that.
other, the West is dominating. And if it wasn't for the Celtics, in 2008, and if it wasn't for the Heat in 2000 last year and in 2006, the West would be literally like running a train through the Eastern Conference because the Lakers have won. They've won 5 of those championships since 2000. The Spurs have won 3 since 2000. Well, no, Houston was in the 90s. I'm talking about since 2000. The Lakers have won 5. The Spurs have won 3. Dallas won 1 of them. So that doesn't leave much room for any Eastern Conference winners. So the Lakers, they have a tough road ahead of them.
Yeah.
They have a real tough road ahead of them.
They'll get there.
They might get there. I don't know if they can get there this year though. It's too late in the season for there to be question marks.
I could say if they make it, awesome, and if they don't, well, fuck, there is always next year, man. Fuck, we'll still have them all together, at least for that, right?
Everyone's together for sure except for Dwight Howard. Now, if Dwight Howard's back, you could say with a full training camp and with D'Antoni together, they could make a run at it. They could. Right? I mean, the Miami Heat, they didn't win the first year that they were together. However, they did play in the NBA Finals, which means they were right fucking there.
But go back to the same thing we're talking about. The East sucks.
Yeah.
So that was probably just like a given, like a super team like that over there, dude.
The Heat have played in the last 2 NBA Finals, and they're probably gonna get there this year. You know, the Lakers they don't have that luxury of being able to coast through.
Like them.
Yeah, dude,
they don't have that luxury. That means that they just got to be better than everybody.
With all the Oklahoma Spurs,
yeah,
Clippers. Oh, I can't believe I'm saying that. Clippers.
There's a lot in front of the Lakers. There's a lot. Could they do it next year?
We'll have to see.
You know,
we'll have to see what else is out there too next year.
The problem next year as well, though, is that everybody's a year younger. That's okay for Dwight Howard because he's still in the prime. You know, hopefully he's still in the prime of his career. But you know, Nash is getting older. Kobe Bryant's getting older. You know, Pau Gasol's getting older.
Nash can still pass though, man. He's still.
You know what? It's funny you bring up Nash. I think he's played really well this season.
Yeah, I agree. Dude. I completely agree.
You know, other than the injury that he got, I think he's played incredibly
phenomenal.
He dribbles around guys like the young guy, like he's just
schooling
them.
Still do it.
He picks up the foul, like he'll go right in front of him and he'll start dribbling slower.
Even if they're faster than him, he can still ball them up.
a lot of people.
The old guy on the basketball court.
He's the legend guy out there.
A lot of people made such a big deal about Steve Nash doesn't play good defensively. Shit, man. Like you know what? I don't see that out there. I mean,
he's playing
decent enough. I mean, think about it.
He's actually got a couple of blocks, hasn't he? Like straight.
No, he runs around.
I he got an actual straight up block before.
Did he? We might have.
I think I saw him where he actually he got all the way there, he blocked it.
But I mean, like he hasn't seemed that terrible to me. I think he's played okay when when he's healthy. He's
putting in his effort.
Yeah.
But he's always been that guy to put in the effort. He's never not.
He's been a star. You know, he was a star in Phoenix. Now he's just part of the team. But I think he played his role very well. You know,
you could tell the difference when he goes out and Steve Blake comes in. Like right away, it's just kind of
when anyone comes in for Steve Nash, you can see the difference.
The other players, the other superstar players of the Lakers, I don't think that their roles. That they've adjusted to their roles yet. Kobe Bryant, we see him scoring a lot of points early in the season. Now it looks like he's in passer mode, right? In a game against Phoenix at home this past week, he scored 4 points.
Yeah.
He scored 4 points.
Yeah.
I mean, you can pass all you want, but Kobe Bryant can't just score 4 points. And he had a bunch of turnovers. I don't know exactly how many.
Yeah,
I think 7 or 8. He had 7 or 8 turnovers.
Out of those 4 points, 2 came at the free throw line.
Yeah, so that means he only made 1 shot the whole game.
I know. Even I was like at the end of the game too.
9 assists or something.
He did have a lot of assists.
He had a lot of assists.
But the type of scorer that Kobe Bryant is, he can't just score 4 points.
Yeah.
No way. So Kobe, I don't think he.
So you should choose the shooting over the passing, or what do you think?
I think he has to find a balance.
Okay.
I think he has to find a balance. Now the Lakers' big guys, Pau Gasol and Dwight Howard, those guys do not know their roles yet. I mean, I think especially now.
Pau's used to playing center. That's the thing, you know.
But he did well enough with Andrew Bynum.
Yeah, but I always felt they kind of switched off on that, or like the way they were playing though. It's not this fast paced running shit, you know.
Yeah, then
they were like kind of like
yeah.
posted there, like you know what I mean, like on both sides, kind of like a Twin Towers shit.
A lot of that
there's no more Twin Towers shit.
A lot of it was under Phil Jackson,
yeah.
Right? So. I mean, I don't know what to say right there. A player...
Because, you know, when Mike Brown came in for that the lockout season, he kind of used that same formula in a way and let it, you know, he kind of just wanted to put more defense, you know. And then this season he tried to do that whole Princeton
thing.
was
ridiculous. That was stupid. Like they said, Princeton doesn't even run the Princeton offense.
Yeah. I mean, Mike Brown, he definitely wanted to make the Lakers a defensive-oriented team, and I mean, they can be, but Mike Brown wasn't a good leader. The Lakers, they don't need a coach. The Lakers need a leader. All right, these guys know how to play. All right, Dwight Howard, he knows how to play. He's an all-star player. Kobe Bryant, they all know how to play. All right, D'Antoni's trying to do this offensive system bullshit. I mean,
teach them how to play again.
They don't need that. They need someone to coach them up, and they need someone to manage egos. And that's what the Lakers have. They have more than anybody in the NBA. That's all Phil Jackson did. He managed egos. And they could have had him.
Man! It's always going to be that that what if that'll never be like, because I mean we can't get him now again. We're not like that's it, right?
I'm
the
pretty sure
the
that's
Phil
it.
boat has
The
sailed.
Phil era is officially done in LA.
Now what do you guys think of Earl Clark? The
I think
throw-in.
he's awesome.
I like that guy.
Like I said, he was just hitting on the bench. Nobody even knew he was there.
He was just a throw-in in the Dwight Howard trade.
Yeah.
And because D'Antoni coveted the stretch four, Earl Clark fit the bill. 6'10", rangy guy, athletic. He can knock down outside shots. Do I think he should be playing ahead of Pau Gasol? No. But I think there's definitely a spot for him.
Agreed.
And I think that he might leave the Lakers at the end of the season because
Someone's gonna pick him up.
Someone's gonna
He's
pick him up.
that good.
He's a skilled player. He's a
So
skilled
you don't
player.
think we would hang on to him or try to?
They should.
I don't know. The Lakers, I usually I would be able to figure out where they're going, but I don't know which direction they're going. Are they going to get rid of Powell before the deadline? Probably not, because they're afraid of Dwight Howard leaving, right? I mean, they're going to have to give him max money. Are they going to give Earl Clark a reasonable contract? I don't think they have money for that. They probably would if they waive Ron Artest's, Meta World Peace.
They should.
They might do that. I don't know. Is he still under contract after this year? He might not
I don't
be.
know, dude.
Yeah, but
I
that'd be a
honestly-
good
He's a
trade-up?
player that they should definitely lose.
Really?
I don't think he's playing Meta World Peace. I think he's
Really?
he's played very poorly.
You know,
Very
I don't know.
poorly.
He's made a lot more threes.
They say, they talked about how he's averaging 13 points or and all
his
that sort of thing.
defense is still
His
pretty...
defense is okay, but I think he's been downhill for quite some time. A lot of people say he won the 2010 championship with that shot. Yeah, he did. He played well, but 2010, that's 3 years ago now. His game has definitely left him. He takes a lot of fucked up shots out there.
Yeah.
All he's got now is the fitness to keep with the running up and
He's
down.
in good shape.
That's the only thing
Don't
he's
get me
got.
wrong. He's in good shape.
That's like, put in the time to be on the team. No?
He's got a spot in the NBA. Do I think that he would be more effective than Earl Clark?
No. Yeah. Earl
I don't
Clark's
think so.
good out there, man. He's good off the
Yeah,
bench.
I think if Earl Clark were to be the starter at a 6'10" small forward, like LeBron James, I think Earl Clark could do it.
That's why I like that matchup. But damn, when they're side by side, you could tell that LeBron's just like.
He's just bigger.
Yeah, like that's why Earl
Yeah.
Clark's barely 3 years in, man.
Yeah, Earl Clark
Give
is
him a
young.
couple. He's gonna be a player to watch out for, man.
I thought that at first, and he's been pretty consistent. I think if he stays around with the Lakers, develops, eats some Big Macs to get that body weight up, get some more jump shots, knowing that he's going to have the confidence that he's going to be playing big minutes, he could be, I don't want to say a superstar player, but I think he could be,
A threat.
more than a
He
threat.
could be a
he
good combo with the Howard right there.
Yeah,
Bring him up,
yeah. So,
and by then Howard should be pretty veteran, too.
we'll see.
Well, it's
We'll
all
see.
speculation. Right?
It
You
is
don't
all
know.
speculation. Right now, I'm going to speculate. I can't even speculate if the Lakers will make the playoffs. If they go on a win streak, yeah, they'll get right there. But at the same time, if they get on a losing streak with only about 30 games left, they're not going to make the playoffs. If they go on a 4 or 5 game losing streak, they're going to get so far behind
Yeah,
that it's going to be literally impossible
like
to catch up.
they gotta win 3, and then you could lose one, and then maybe win
and then
3
yeah.
or 2.
It has to be.
Yeah, you can't. You have to win more right now.
Mhm.
And that's why the Celtics game in Miami. They're good teams. So
Yeah, but that Phoenix
But-
loss on that
yeah,
first game
that
of the
was
trip, that
fucking-
was not one that was acceptable.
Yeah.
Definitely not. Because
they almost did it again, dude.
the Lakers
They
have made it.
almost.
The
That's
Lakers have
close.
made it a point to lose all these winnable games. They've lost so many already. They lost to Orlando at home,
Yeah.
right? They lost to they had a game against Houston on the road. They had it, right? They had Phoenix in the first game of the trip. They're winning by a lot.
Yeah.
So a few of those wins go the way, and we're not talking about the Lakers making the playoffs. They're in the playoff picture. So, who knows if they get if they get to the playoffs and they get hot, they have the players that that they could make a championship run. However, if they run into Oklahoma City in the first round, I don't think that's I don't think that they could do it. They probably want to avoid that team.
Imagine there's a big ass upset, and even in the East and in the West, like OKC and Miami get knocked out in the first round.
I don't think that's gonna happen. That would
But
seem
you don't
Hell, no one
likely.
thought Dallas was going to win that championship, but they did.
It's true.
Indiana could give Miami a good run for the money.
But I don't think Indiana would finish last for a first round matchup. I don't think that would
They'd
happen.
probably
So
have
who's
to
gonna
battle
take the
whoever they're
as the
battling.
or can you even match up right now or
Who?
like who do you think's gonna be the
Oh, you know who else is good? The
the
Celtics.
first round for
dude.
like Miami and the
Over,
Lakers?
you know what? I haven't even looked at the standings.
Like,
Miami's
like,
got like
where,
they got like a free
because they're
pass.
number one, aren't they? Or?
Yeah,
Miami's
that's
number
sure.
one, and they've even stumbled some. Whereas the Lakers, they've stumbled a lot, but they can't catch.
They stumbled,
can't
fell
catch
down,
up.
rolled down the hill, got back up, walked, tripped, and then got back up again.
They got in the car, drove back down the hill. Man.
You know the
This makes so much sense. Jump back down the changing coaches.
the Lakers
got a new driver and everything.
they beat Oklahoma City at home. It was a Sunday game a few weeks ago. I don't know if you guys remember. They played Oklahoma City at home on a Sunday, and it was with the Lakers. They had their full complement of players, except for I think Jordan Hill, because Jordan Hill's out for the season. But the Lakers, they were able to win that game. They
That was a good game.
they put Russell Westbrook in check. That's the one team I think will give the Lakers the hardest time. Oklahoma City.
I like that we beat them though.
Well, they won that game, but there was one where the Lakers were hurt. Dwight Howard and Pau Gasol didn't play in Oklahoma City, and that was just a fucking thrashing.
Yeah.
Oklahoma City really just pile drive them.
Yeah, if we don't have all our guys, we're not as deep as people thought we were. Well, with the injuries, dude, all these injuries is just.
Well, how do you think Jameson's been playing?
Oh, Antoine Jameson, he's someone who I thought. I mean,
Would he be playing better or? He's
He-
playing.
I say he's an inconsistent player.
Yeah.
And it's probably some as a result of Mike D'Antoni's inconsistent rotation. If you remember, when D'Antoni first came in, he was getting, Jameson was getting some minutes.
Yeah.
And then
Did
he
he
was
take
even
him?
starting some
And
games.
then you take him out
And
for
then
4
out
or
of-
5 games.
Yeah, and then out of nowhere, he just didn't play at all.
Yeah, I was wondering about
That's
that.
weird.
Why
You
did
have to
just
bring back Ebanks, man.
And then
I forgot
Ebanks
about him.
Yeah, I think a lot of people forgot about him. But
I still see
the
Sacre
same
dancing
thing,
on the bench.
You know what's funny? The same thing happened with Jody Meeks as far as playing
That's
time.
true.
He was getting some minutes, and then there was a period where he just didn't play. I don't know why.
Is that just D'Antoni experimenting?
I
or
think
like-
that's just D'Antoni's inexperience
Yeah.
as a coach, because Jordan Hill remembers when he played in New York and D'Antoni coached them. He wouldn't play sometimes under D'Antoni, and it's like, well, what's this guy doing? What's this coach doing?
Damn, dude. Jim Buss, you fucked us over, man. God.
He really did, man. He really did.
I think anybody other than Mike D'Antoni would have been a good choice. Well, other than Mike Brown.
Jerry Sloan.
Jerry Sloan would have been good. I don't know if he wanted it.
But he never
I
really
thought
managed.
Jeff Van Gundy might have made a good coach.
I wonder why he chose D'Antoni.
I think he would have been pretty good.
He just, I think he just like randomly, like he just on a spur of the moment, I'm gonna choose this guy.
Well, if you think about it,
Or maybe he
D'Antoni,
thought, because he had Steve Nash there too.
that probably has a lot to do with it. I think had D'Antoni come in with a fresh perspective, not trying to push his system, his offensive system with the stretch four. Had he come in trying to coach the personnel rather than making the personnel adjust to him, I think this could have worked. But that's not the way he came in. He comes in bad-mouthing Gasol, and all of a sudden the
Man,
team,
I was so
the
early
team goes
on.
from
Like,
there,
I was
yeah.
just like, man. And it kind of makes me think, the same thing for Dwight. Like, he came from a team where there was, like, a coach like that, right? Like, that, like, it was, like, hard and everything, right?
Stan Van Gundy.
Yeah, and then, he comes here expecting something better and different, and then you get D'Antoni doing, like, almost a similar thing, right?
I don't know. Well, I'll tell you this Laker team has a lot more talent than those Orlando Magic
Oh, yeah,
teams.
but I'm just saying, coaching-wise, he's, like, he wouldn't have been like Phil, he would, like, he's... Like you said, they're making him adjust to him, and he's hard on the players if they fuck up.
Yeah. Well, guys, I think we've winded down as much as we can about this. Like I
Yeah.
said, there's only about 30 games left, and I don't know which way the Lakers are going to go. Usually I have a gut feeling. I don't know which way. They could make the playoffs. They could go on a losing streak and not make it. Who knows? Death Dealer, anything you want to add before we run off?
The Lakers are going to win the championship.
Mathematically, they could still do it.
Yeah,
They could
it's
definitely still do that.
theoretically possible.
Yep.
All right, that could happen. That could happen
I'm
for
just throwing my
happen.
choice out there. You know, if it happens, hell yeah.
Rollermite, anything that you have to add?
Nothing, man. Just keep watching the Lakers, and we'll get there, man.
Home of the Lakers, baby. Woo!
Well, anyway, we're gonna end this thing right here. Yeah, just be on the lookout for the Lakers. I guarantee you, the rest of the media, the TV station, everyone, they're gonna be eating it up the rest of the season. So we'll have another Girthcast either towards the end of the season, wrap up for the Lakers, or we'll talk about a championship run for them one way or the other. So anyway, this is Mike Cervantes. We're closing out here on Daily Girth. Check out our other Girthcast on the rest of the NBA and the NBA contenders for this year's championship. And we're out.
Peace out.
Listen up later, guys.
Laters.